Okay, welcome to the other side of normal. It's Sunday Fun Day. There is no agenda. Today I have Leisha and Mark, and they're with Paranormal. Tell me the name of the group you're with, because
Paranormal After Dark, Pennsylvania.
Paranormal After Dark, some reason I just can't fluidly say. Even when I type it, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, it can be a little bit of a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. Um, so really, our goal tonight is to learn a little bit about learning how to use your equipment for the podcast and stuff like that, because they're starting a podcast, and you guys, my sister's on here now. um, Donna, you're watching it on YouTube? Wow, that's a first. Okay, so Donna's my sister. She's on our team. She makes all of our shirts and all this stuff. She's watching on YouTube, and I've never seen her do that before, throwing me curveballs. um, but so we're going to try to work through some equipment stuff and learn how to um, maybe manipulate it a little bit. I don't know your system very well, but you can play with it and see what it does and what it doesn't do. Well, that's what it notified. Well, it's on all three, but that's fine. Do it on YouTube. Try something new. Uh, and of course, we'll talk about the paranormal and anything else. The way my podcasts go, and again, you're at liberty to do anything you want to do. Um, my goal is to just introduce people to other people. And I think that's how you build a community. You meet somebody and you see how they do things or who they hang with. And when I find like-minded people, I want to promote them. Um, and I think that there's too many people in this community that are me, 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 me. I'm the best. Everybody else sucks. Blah blah blah. I don't work that way. I want everybody to have a shot. Um, Somehow we're almost at 8,000 followers in 2 years, and I have no idea how that happened. People tell me it's because we're genuine. We try to do things the right way, um, and we treat people the way we want to be treated, and that's just how we do it. My podcast is all about that. It's about people who happen to be in the paranormal, whether they're an investigator, um, an owner of a place, an equipment builder, whatever, a cryptid hunter. I love everybody. So I try to get them on here and share them out to everybody that I know. Oh, and look who's in the house.
Hey!
Hi, Kristen. So yeah, if you guys want to take a couple minutes and just tell everybody about yourselves, what you do, what you like, what you are all about, have at it.
Hey, ladies first.
Oh, okay, great. Thanks for putting up with that. Well, we are fairly new to the paranormal investigating world.
You're really cutting out. I can barely hear you.
How about now? Is that better?
That's a little bit better.
Okay. We are fairly new to the paranormal world. We've been investigating since early this year together. Kristen introduced me to it last year. I dipped my toe in it a little bit, and then Mark came on board at the beginning of the year. So I totally love.
She is completely gone now. I can't hear a word she's saying.
Okay.
I got kind of like a little bit of feedback, and she was gone. She was still talking, but there was nothing there.
How about now?
Yeah, you're still got this little digitized sound to you, but you're back.
Okay. Well, I don't know where I lost you, or you lost. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're still new. We're still learning a lot of things together. Mark and I, as investigators, Kristen and Christine have been doing this for a lot longer than we have, so they've been able to help us to understand things and hone skills and understand things that we're experiencing a little bit. Mark is a little bit more sensitive than I am. I'm not in tune to anything, I don't think, at all, really. So he gets the fun aspect of that, whereas I'm just, I guess I'm just there to document things and like take notes and take pictures and that side of it because I like that side of it too. So, Mark, would you add anything?
No, well, I mean, yeah, we're basically new. Things I never thought about feeling before doing this. Anytime I ever got to chill, or when I walked in the room, I feel, man, this feels creepy. But I never understood why until Christine showed me, what that could mean and what this is. And it's been an eye-opening experience for me, and I love them dearly. I mean, we're such a tight group of best friends. And we hang out all the time. I mean, not as that lately, we're all been really busy, but for the most part, it's the best job in the world when you don't have to feel like it's work. It's really a pleasure to be with them and hang out and do our thing.
And Julie too.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
Julie.
Julie. Oh my God, she's awesome. It's another world. It's a new experience. I'm the one that wants to bring the podcast to it too. And we've been working through it and having everything. I'm really getting invested as far as I really want to go do some cool stuff and see some cool stuff. And that's what it's all about. It's just learning and seeing history.
He said, "We have a great gang." Now, Kristen,
Yeah,
are you here? Do you hear them okay? Can you tell me if you can hear them okay? Because you get your volume goes way down and disappears and then comes back and gets louder and quieter and it really it's fluctuating and I don't see anything on this side, but I can't hear any of us. So I mean I can't hear what we sound like. So yeah, Donna said it's breaking up badly. Just them or all of us? Because if it's all of us, then it's a bigger problem. Let's see what they say. And I hear a beep, beep, beep. Sounds like a hospital bed or a hospital room.
Huh.
Just them. So it is just you guys. But I hear something going beep, beep, beep. Donna, do you hear the beeps?
How about now? Can you hear me
I
better?
still hear the beeps. I still hear the beeping. I don't know what it's not terrible though.
No, but it's good to
No,
know.
It's still there, but it's very faint. It's okay. Donna can't hear it, so that's fine. If it's only me, good.
It's so weird. I'm using
Yeah.
a new mixing board,
And so I just took my mixing board out of the whole damn thing. I had nothing but trouble, and I'm not saying it's your mixing board, but now she does hear the beeps, but slightly. That's all I hear them. They're in the background. They're not really distracting. Um, but I was having all kinds of problems with my mixing board, and I unplugged it and trashed it, and now my mic goes straight into my computer because I was just
Oh, that might be a better
frazzled
option.
with it.
we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was tired of it because it just caused. Yeah, she said it's not distracting. The beeping's not distracting. It's just there. But anyway,
Okay.
that's neither here nor there.
Static.
I had something.
The breakup.
I just had a question for you, and I lost it that fast.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
when
and
that
it's
happens, which is every day, all the time.
and it's Christine and not Kristen.
Yeah,
My
Christine.
apologies, Christine.
Kristen has
just
the
oh, I just assumed. My apologies. That's what I get for assuming.
So it does
Also,
sound better.
there should be-
Yeah. Okay. We'll
For a,
lean in.
for a second, but then it's breaking up, and I'm not sure why.
Are you-
Yeah.
Okay.
There, I put the mic a little closer.
See, you started with there. I put the mic, and that was loud, and then a little closer, just kind of like faded out.
Okay.
And you guys can go back and watch it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not sure what the deal is, but it's just it takes a little practice and some work on it, and keep playing with it. You guys can set up if you're gonna do to videos to YouTube, you can mark them as only being able to see by you if you're doing like test videos, and it'll upload it and nobody else can see it, right? And you can go
Yeah.
in and watch them, and then if you decide to publish them, just hit publish.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all kinds of little ways to practice and try to work the bugs out.
Okay. Thanks.
Uh,
That's a good tip.
so let's see. I did have something, and just we had a party here yesterday, and
Hey, how'd that
today's
go?
just been it was really good. We had a blast. Everybody started showing up around 3, and I think the last left somewhere around 11. It wasn't too late, but we had a good time.
Oh,
We
great.
did. We had a
That's
really good
wonderful.
time. We had some paranormal friends over and some not paranormal friends over, and it was really cool because the people that really aren't into paranormal asked a lot of paranormal questions, and so now there's like, well, if could I go on an investigation? Well, of course you can. There's
Yeah.
there's no rules that says you can't.
Yeah. No, it's for anybody. I mean, I think like Kristen has made comments about how being skeptical kind of makes you almost better at it because you question everything. And
Question everything.
yeah, which, I agree with. You should question
Yes,
everything anyway.
absolutely. So, oh, here's what I was gonna ask you. You said that like Mark's the more sensitive and he has all the fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
So just because you don't feel it today
Yeah.
doesn't mean it won't come, right? Um,
Right.
and this is something that I'm going through now. That Deb is an empath. She's a sensitive. She gets all this stuff, and I'm like, look, here I am. I'm just gonna document shit and walk around and point fingers and do this and do that. And all of a sudden, one day, it was like a floodgate opened, and all this stuff has been coming to me. And I'll tell you one thing that was kind of really weird. We went to the Bill Manor, and Carlo was showing us around, and we went up on the second floor, and we were standing there in the bathroom, and he was telling us a story about something, and he says, and this bathroom used to be a bedroom. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, I remember that. Okay, first of all, I didn't say that. It came out of my mouth, but that was not me.
Wow.
And he just looked at me and he's like, how would you know that? I'm like, I would not know that.
So you were just a vessel.
Yeah. And I had an incident with the neighbor across the street that her dead son was using me to talk to her.
Yes,
I'd never
think
met
I
her
heard you.
before, and it was just like it went on for like 2 hours, and I have no idea. I mean, I was telling them things that there is no way I could have known, right? Um, so things have been building, and now when I go into places, all of a sudden, the first 10 or 15 minutes, I'm getting sick. I need to leave the place because I'm going to be sick. Um, so now I'm learning to, I go in wide open. I'm learning to kind of close myself off a little bit. And, so don't give up hope that it'll never happen, because the more you do this, the more you'll get in tune with it.
Okay. So then
Which-
how was
which-
Gettysburg for you? Was this the first time you went there with that, not Gettysburg, I'm sorry,
No.
Penhurst? Penhurst. How was that
So-
for you with being newly sensitive, I guess?
Yeah, Penhurst was really interesting because to me, it was like the spirits all had this guard up, right? And it's maybe because Ryan and I started in a building that nobody has really investigated. They just opened Tinicum the night before we went there. That's what they told us, right? So we went in there, and like you could feel they were there, but like they just weren't really open to reacting with you. And they did react, but it was like they were hesitant. Um, And then as the night went on, it got more and more. I mean, Ryan and I stood down there, and I had little teeny tiny rocks being thrown at me all night. They were bouncing off the wall
Oh,
behind
wow.
me, going past my ears. It was just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I felt like they didn't really want, and it could have just been me that they didn't want to communicate with like that. Um, but I think it was in, I can't even remember what building it was in. But I got to this building and like I just got this welcome, like you're welcome here, and we got a little bit more there, but the whole place just seemed to be a little more. And like I said, it could just be me. It could be that there was a lot of us running around. I don't know. I don't have the explanation for it, but the feelings and the things that I were getting was like most of it wasn't. I don't want to talk to you, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to try to make anybody talk to me. We're here just to learn, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we got an amazing, and Mark's got to send it to me yet. Our Mark, we were up in Assembly Hall when Ryan got attacked by the bat. Right, there's a
Oh
bat
wow.
about this big, and it went right across, right by his head, and kind of like flapped him on the head. And as well, I was at the other end of the hallway. I wasn't near that, but Deb was like beating feet toward me to get away from the bat.
Right.
And we heard a train
I
whistle.
hate bats, man. I hate bats.
Oh, I don't like bats, but I really don't like big bats. But she was headed toward me, and we heard a train whistle.
Oh
And
wow.
Deb's like, "Oh, the train. That must be the midnight train." Well, as Mark's playing his video back, you hear, "It is."
Ooh.
Right
Oh
after
my
the
God.
midnight train.
The
It's
EVPs
just
get
so
me.
cool to hear. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
EVPs are so cool.
It is so cool. But that's the kind of stuff that you live for. Even if we got, and I haven't even gone through my stuff yet.
Oh wow.
If that's all we got from there, that's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm telling you, when I listened to our EVPs from Pennhurst, and I said to Alicia, I was listening to GoPro. I was listening to Alicia. I was like, "You got to hear this. You got to hear this." And that's the clip I sent you. So we'll share that in a little bit. But when I sent that to her, do I sound better now? By the way,
Yes, you do.
I took the screen off. That was the problem.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so basically, when I heard that, I said, "You got to hear this! Oh my God, this is awesome!" Because you can hear it so clearly.
And it's like this, like it's not something I ever would have noticed before, or I would have assumed that somebody else that was in the room had said that.
Yes.
Like if
Yeah.
I was coming into it completely as an outsider.
Yeah.
But those are so cool when Kristen shared one from our first experience, my first time going with her at Yellow Springs, and I was like, that's just it. Those are
Now I just lost you. Like
boy.
there's
Oh,
no
boy.
there's now you're back. But like there was
I'm back.
there
She
your
backed
lips
up
were
from the
moving,
mic.
but there was no sound.
I backed up from
But
the
it
mic.
just
I must have been too far away.
Yeah, it just goes completely silent. Like there's
Okay.
no sound. That's weird. There might be a sensitivity setting on there somewhere too,
Okay.
but
All right.
but yeah, there's
I'll stick
all
closer.
kinds of crazy stuff that you find in these videos that you're watching, and shame on me. And then I'll tell you, I have these two hard drives. Well, I have two hard drives just like this, packed full of videos and recordings from places we've been to that I haven't
Wow.
had time to go back through. And I'm like, well, I'll never get to them, so I should just delete it. Hell no.
Oh.
Leave it there because
No.
at some point, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. I mean, like there's like undiscovered treasure on there right now.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pennhurst by itself took me all day between the two cameras I was carrying, all day between the infrared and the GoPro. Crazy.
It is a lot of work, and to sit there and wade through all of the video and determine what is.
You get a 5-second blurb.
Yeah, I know, but it's so exciting when you do. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is the best. This is the best.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's crazy. You think you could spend hours and hours and hours investigating, and like So I didn't take all my cameras with me. Well, I took them. I didn't use them. But I have 3 cameras. I have a full spectrum camera, and plus we both take videos on our phone. That's 6 cameras, and you come back
Wow.
with 10 hours on each camera. Holy moly! That's just
Right?
to
Oh,
think
yeah.
about it. It's intimidating, and I'm like, well, I got to do this and this today, and I can't get to that, and I'm going to push off to tomorrow, and tomorrow comes like, oh man, I don't
Yep.
feel like doing that, and pretty soon you've got 2 or 3 more investigations ahead of you. So I've slowed
Yeah.
down on my
Right.
recording. We've just kind of been doing lives, and what we
Yeah.
get is what we get because it's overwhelming. Now, when I
It is.
retire in 3 years, 9 months, and 8 days, I'll
Nobody's
have more
counting.
time
But
to
who's
do that kind of stuff.
counting?
Yeah, not me.
Well, I know too, like, the investigations, I think, especially if you're more sensitive, it's my understanding, they take a little bit more out of you. So I can understand why you would want to, like, dive right back in after that and sift through all of that as well. So that
Yeah.
could be,
Yeah.
you know, and then it just adds up.
And we're kind
I
of,
mean, we do
we
have the
kind of,
clip of the basement. Want to show that?
yeah, we definitely got to watch that. We're kind of go overboard with this investigating stuff. Like we might do not next week, following week, we're doing Moundsville, and that's Friday night. Then Saturday night, we're headed to Poatstown to do Poatstown. And then Sunday, we head home and start another week. And then the following week, we go to Billy Creek and ISS the next night and come home. So there's 4
Wow.
investigations in like 12 days, and you'll never get caught up.
No,
No.
no, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. It's like a third job. Forget the second one.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a second and a third job. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I mean it's fun and we enjoy it and we get
Right.
to meet people. And at the end of the day, if I don't really get through and I've got it, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And like I said, now we're really just doing lives now, and it's on YouTube for darn near ever. And
Yeah.
you know, then we can play with it. So let's
Absolutely.
check out this video clip you sent us. Now, where does this take place at?
So this is in the basement of Candyland, but it's on the way out. So it's just before the staircase on the right. There's a little room. And Christine and I walked in there and said immediately, we're not wanted in this room. There's something in here that's like, no, you don't want to be. And I got spooked immediately, turned right around. I was like, about face, I'm out. And then Kristen's like, we're going in. And she charged forward and brought us in there. and then we'll see what the rest of the video shows you. That's pretty much where we're at.
So it's kind of funny where Christine told you we're not wanted, and I
Right.
just told you that I just felt like they did not want to communicate with me.
Right.
That's I mean, we both kind of got the same thing. I didn't get out. I don't want you here, but I just had a lot of resistance. So very similar in what we got, and we didn't really get to spend any time with you guys there. So that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't
Let's
like
see here.
people in here. Okay, we'll leave. Thank you.
You hear it?
Oh, he said get out in the next
That's
quarter.
great. Let's do that again.
As long as we're respectful, we are not going to invade your space for home. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't like people in here. Okay, we'll leave. Thank you.
Get out.
He said get out in the next quarter.
That's a great catch. Now, I want you to take that video and enhance the audio a little bit, and where it says "get out," put "get out" on the screen when you
Yeah.
publish it to put out to everybody,
Oh, okay.
so they 100% know where it's at. But let's do it again. That's really good.
As long as we're respectful, we are not going to invade your space for home. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't like people in here. Okay, we'll leave. Thank you.
Get out.
Be nice if you said get out in every quarter.
That is so
Yeah,
good.
And the funny part is that Kristen was like, "Well, if you just want me to get out, just tell us to get out," and he did. And I was like, "Oh, how you doing?"
I love
That's
it.
really
I love
good.
it. It's so cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
And that
Yeah,
was the
that's a
one that
great
was the
one.
most predominant one. Kristen does all our editing for audio, so she's going to actually enhance it a little bit more so you can hear it better. But I mean, man, that is clear as day, and
It's
that's unedited
Yep,
right
and
to
there
it.
was Mark was the only man in the group with us. It was three females and Mark. So he did not say that.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Voice.
Yeah, and that's why we do this, right? We want to communicate, we want to hear from them, and when they tell us to get out, that's amazing. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
no, ain't no lie. I was like, "Yep, message received." But none of us heard that there. We
No,
heard it on the
no,
video later.
And that's
yeah,
another thing that's interesting, how you don't hear it with your bare ears. It sounds weird, but
yep,
with your bare ears. The technology.
yep. So I
So
didn't
yeah,
tell you
that's
guys, I have all these dolls back here. I got two up here in the top. Each one of
yeah.
them
Yeah.
have a cat ball. They're all haunted dolls. They all have a cat ball. So if you see the cat balls going off, that's what
Oh,
that's all
okay.
about. This
Nice.
one,
This one's Molly.
this is Molly right here.
Yeah.
This one, she usually lights her cat ball when she agrees with something you say.
Okay.
If you say something that's factual and she agrees with it, you'll see that cat ball light up.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see. This one actually lit her cat ball up for the first time this morning. We were sitting here watching TV, and
Yeah.
Deb, I thought, was going to fall off her chair. She's like, and I'm like, what? She's like, the cat ball. And I'm like, okay, talk to them. They just want to talk to you. It gets her, gets her wound up.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
cool.
I mean, it is. It's fun. They typically wait till I go to work, and because she's
Oh.
retired, she's home all day. And when I go to work, they light the cat balls up, and she'll like take a video of it, and she'll send it to me. And she's like, "They're playing games now. I'm going upstairs," and she goes upstairs for the rest of the day until I get home.
Oh,
I'm like,
is she not a
just
fan of
turn.
the dolls?
It just freaks her out when they try to communicate with her, and I'm not here.
Oh, okay.
Actually, this one is hers, baby. That's hers.
Now speaking with
She bought it.
gadgets,
Yeah.
speaking with gadgets, with toys, I heard we left a toy behind, and you got to experience it going off without anybody in the room. The Mickey.
So this was over in, I don't even remember what
I
building it
think
was in.
Mayflower? Was that in the
Mayflower.
Mayflower?
It was in
No.
the Mayflower.
Yeah, it was the
It
Mayflower.
was Mayflower. Yeah. Because I
Maybe it was
commented,
maybe.
another group went and first last weekend, and I asked them if they had seen Mickey, and I couldn't remember what room it was in, and Kristen confirmed it was the Mayflower. Where we
Okay.
left.
Yeah, so we were in, when you go down the steps to the basement, there's rooms to the left and to the right. We went to the room back and to the right.
Okay.
And there was some like crafty stuff back there. And we were doing an EVP session. And Marc is playing it back, and I'm listening to him. And all of a sudden I hear this voice, and I'm thinking to myself, my God, that sounds like Mickey Mouse. And I'm like, what did we catch? And he's like, no. And he shut the recorder off, and he's like, we didn't catch it. It's in that room over there. And then now we got the recorder off, and he's singing, and I'm like, what the hell? So I go over there, and he's singing and dancing, and like, okay, well, I didn't know how this thing works. So I just walked around it a couple times, see if it was motion sensor, and it wasn't. I tapped it on the head a couple times. I squeezed his stomach and back. So I couldn't get it to do it. I get the flashlight out, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, there's a button on the toe. And you have to push this button, and it almost clicks, right? I mean, you can't just tap it. You have to push this damn button down.
Right.
And he starts singing and dancing, and I'm like, Marc, what the hell? And so we stayed in there for another 20 or 25 minutes, and nothing else happened. But for that thing to just, because I kept thinking, we're getting an EVP of something that sounds like Mickey Mouse. What's going on in this place? And it was actually happening live, and I couldn't tell the difference because of all the background noise. But that
Now,
was crazy. That really was crazy.
I think I have a video of you telling Kristen about that. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. The group of us were sitting in a little yard. There it is. I think I sent
Oh,
it to you.
boy.
All right, it's a good time.
Is that Mickey Mouse doll?
Yeah,
That was wild.
I heard. We haven't gotten hardly.
And you actually have to push a button to make
You
that
have to
work.
push the button.
Yeah.
We were in the room across the hall, we didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
And we're listening to
And it's
the
like
recorder,
broken out.
and all of a sudden it comes, I'm like, what is that? And I'm thinking, that sounds like Mickey Mouse. And I thought it was on the recorder. And Mark spun around, and he's looking up, and he's like, that's over there.
I know, we were gonna try to head over there.
Little do-raggy thing? Okay. I was
Oh,
like,
sweet.
We're gonna head over there and then we'll, I guess, meet you guys in the parking lot.
is this mine?
Yeah, well, that's where we're going
We're
next.
hoping we'll get some last minute.
Got a little bit, but
that's funny. That was funny.
Hi.
You're watching on Facebook too?
Yes, I am. I'm watching on Facebook as well.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, that was such a good time. I mean, it was a long night, but it was a really good time. I felt like the whole time I was holding kids' hands, like walking around. I felt my hands were freezing, but and it was a hot night,
Yeah, it was.
and it was rainy, but I mean, man, that was a crazy night.
Yeah, it really was. And like you just said, it was a long night. I never got down to the tunnels. Like there
Really?
are places I did. There are places I didn't go. I didn't do Devon at all.
Oh, wow.
Like really, there as long as the night was, it flew by so fast. Well, because me and Mark went off by ourselves, and we did a couple things, and me and Ryan went off by ourselves, and then me, Mark, Ryan, and Deb all got together, and we went places that they hadn't gone yet, but I already had. So I'm like, I'd rather go take somebody somewhere they hadn't been than drag them back to the place they've already been just for me. So there was this place. So the next time I go, the tunnels are my first stop. Devon's my second stop, and then I'll go wherever else.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, as long as the night was, there are just still places I didn't get to. And, I can say that about every place that I investigate. We're going back to Poatstown. We were in there from 7 o'clock at night till 10 o'clock the next morning. I never went to the gymnasium in there. Just too much happening at other places. And I'm not, I watch some of these people do investigations on TV, and they'll be in a room getting all this evidence, and they're like, okay, we're going to move over here. And I'm like, what? Why the hell
Right.
would you leave a place that's active? No, we're not doing that. I don't do that.
No.
So
and-
where did you
and
spend
that's-
most of your time in Penhurst then?
So we did the the hall, assembly hall. We did
Okay.
the Mayflower.
Mhm.
Mark and I did another building that had 3 floors to it, and I don't remember what building it was.
Devon?
It wasn't Devon.
Industry or
The auditorium had 2 levels.
Yeah, I can't. Anyway, and then we did Tinicum twice because some of them guys hadn't hit Tinicum, and so I mean, it never really worked out that I just.
Yeah.
And usually I just leave everybody and go off and do my own thing, and like I hadn't seen Ryan for a long time, so I wanted to hang out with him. Mark doesn't always go with him, so I wanted to hang out with him, and I just never really got the chance to do. But
it's
that's
hard
why
when
you
have
go
such a
back.
big people. Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Right.
But I feel like as a group we covered everything really well. So,
Now we
there's
just gotta go through
everything,
Yeah.
and we got to go back.
Oh,
Right? Oh,
Uh-huh.
definitely got to go back.
There's, I wish that we had been, I know, which building was it? The Quaker building, I think, was one that was, I don't know if that's completely off limits or how it works to get access to that building, but I heard that that's where they kept like the really unruly
Yes.
boys. I think it was strictly
Yes.
boys for that building. And
Yeah.
the infirmary, I heard, might be a little bit more
So we
active
could have
too.
gone to the infirmary. That's another thing we never got
We
into.
didn't either.
Yeah, we didn't get to that one either.
Yeah. So as long as the night was, there was a lot that was left undone.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
It
for
really
sure.
was. It went up quick.
So they allow you to add extra buildings, and Quaker's the one that you can do as an add-on. So next time we
Oh,
would add that on instead of something else. But I mean,
yeah.
it's hard to just pick one or two buildings, and because there's so much to do in all of them.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine. But I felt like we could have gotten industry to me felt very unactive and inactive, I guess is the better word. And I don't think we got a lot from Tinicum.
no, and aside from me being chased off by a bat, no. I saw the bat, and in the video, you can. I don't know if I have it.
Or was that Assembly Hall, the bat?
No, the bat was in Tinicum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was only the basement. That was it. We never got to the upper
Right, that's
part.
right. Yeah, we
It was
couldn't.
closed off.
Hmm.
But
So
yeah,
when
no.
we were in Tinicum, we set up tripwires, and I have the 36-foot tripwire. We set mine up, and then Ryan has a smaller one, and he set up his at the end of mine, so it was like one long row, right? I can't tell you how many times from one end to the other those lights lit up my tripwire to his tripwire, all
No
right
kidding.
in a row, like somebody was running right down, and it had to have been 5 or 6 times that they just lit up right in a row. That's
Wow.
insane. 2 different
That's a lot of
devices.
activity right there.
Yeah.
And here I
Yeah.
thought Tinicum was like, it was cold, but it was like, okay, well, I feel not much in here. Like I didn't feel much in there, and we really didn't hang out because we're like, that's it. All right.
Well,
And
we
then
saw
we
shadow
got-
figures in there. I had pebbles thrown at me in there. We heard walking right. I mean, we were standing. You could hear them walk right around us. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah.
I should have paid a little bit more attention there, but I was again bats. Don't do it for me. No, I'm good. I saw the bat swoop in front of me, and I said some expletive words, and I was like, I'm out. I'm out.
Well, I hate to tell you, but the more you do this, the more you're going to run into bats.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's at nighttime, so.
So I have a friend that Tammy Meekins. She has a special bat hat to keep them away from her hair and face that she takes to investigations. She is not a fan of bats either, but she has a bat hat.
I'm going to be wearing the full bee like Hive Masters outfit.
That's
like
what it is.
Together. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to, have a holy cross garlic on my neck. Like I'm good. I don't do bats, man. No, I am definitely not Batman.
No.
Or
We were
wait, I can say that better. I'm not Batman.
Do you have the baby voice on?
The baby what? The baby voice?
The baby voice.
I can talk like this.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Yes, that's my favorite one. Yeah. Yep. So we were at this place called Greene County Historical Society down in Greensburg, and we went with Paranormal Quest, and there's a group of ladies that come with them from England. These ladies are historical. Anyway, they had a big thing down there, so we went down there and was investigating with them. And we were with the ladies, and we were upstairs in one of these rooms, and we saw a bat fly around the room a couple times. I was standing in the doorway, and that bat flew out of the doorway, hit me in the head, almost, I mean, like hit my hat, knocked my hat off, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
I'm
it.
out. I'm out. I'm good. I'm good.
Deb went over and sat down on the steps and kind of scooched her way down the steps. She's like, nope, as low as I can get.
Change my voice when you do that.
I know.
That's great.
Oh, shoot.
So what's
Yeah,
next
bats
for
are
you?
definitely
Say what's next for you?
West Virginia Penitentiary, and then the next night, Poatstown.
Now you just came
Yeah.
back. I know that you, Kristen, Christine, we couldn't go to Gettysburg, and
Yeah,
I heard that was crazy.
it was it was a riot. We were all like, this is before we really started investigating. Like, we were all just getting stuff together, getting to know each other. And we're all just sitting or standing in the front room. And we heard this commotion outside, all this yelling and screaming. It sounded like there was 30 people out there. We're looking at the windows. We're going out the front door. We're in the middle of a field. There's nobody out there.
Wow.
What the hell was that? I mean, it was just like there was a mob outside yelling. Couldn't understand anything, but it was a lot of voices, and we were just like, "Wow, that was amazing."
Yeah.
So then, like from there, it just kept going. In that same living room, there was a fireplace built into the wall there, but there was a little cabinet on the other side of it. And one of the ladies, who's a medium, her and I were sitting in this room alone, and I heard this little knock, and I'm like, "What was that?" And she's like, "I've heard it 5 or 6 times now. It's coming from this little cabinet over here." So I went over, opened the cabinet, and it's only this deep, and it's only this wide, and it's got 2 or 3 shelves in it. Okay, so I took a REM pod and I stuck in there, and I took a millimeter and I stuck on the other shelf, and I no sooner put it down and walked away, and they both go off. I'm like, that's weird. Maybe they're interfering with each other. Maybe they're too close. So I head back, and I get about 2 steps away from it, and they both shut off. I'm like, okay, I don't think they're messing with each other. So I went back and sat down, and I'm like, can you do that again? Wham! They both go off. And so we played with them for half hour, and then it just stopped. And so we were asking other questions, and this is a night that I had an influx of all this stuff happening, and I was seeing and hearing people talk to me, and this lady was telling me there's somebody standing right behind me, and this is who I'm communicating with, and we're just going on and on. But then every once in a while I say, well, where's our friend in the cabinet? As soon as you say that, boom, there goes the REM pod. And it was so odd that it was just back and forth and back and forth. And it was just on demand. It just, well, is my friend still there? And they would just let you know they were still there. So that was pretty cool. But we had an Estes. We had 2 double Estes sessions, and one of them got really scary. Like, my guy just tapped out. He's like, "I am done." Like, he literally told me he was going to kill him. Yeah, I mean, it was wild. But we got a lot of good interactions with both Estes, but it got a little scary there for a little while. On
Yeah,
Saturday morning, we got up Saturday and we went for a hike. We went to I can't remember. My memory is so damn bad. Anyway, we went for a hike. It was old POW camp, and it was cool to take the hike around there and check things out. We came back. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to go up and lay down in my room. And all those rooms are connected with doors, right? The room that we were in had the main door, a door to the bedroom that was next to us, a door to a bedroom that was behind us that led to another bedroom behind it. And the bathroom was out of our main door. So I went in and I closed all the doors and I laid down, and suddenly hear somebody walking through the room, which again, it wouldn't be out of the question because you got to go through rooms to get to the bathroom, and somebody's just walking through. So I just was just laying there, and I didn't even like open my eyes. And somebody sat on the end of the bed, and I thought, that's kind of creepy. You don't sit on the end of somebody's bed that you don't really know. So I opened my eyes, and there's nobody there, and I'm just kind of looking around. As I look at the end of the bed, you can see dimples where there's two butt cheeks sitting. And I'm like, well, hello there. How are you? And as I said that, the dimples just disappeared and there was no more.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
And
a
then
little
later
bit.
that night, I went to bed. Oh, and here I'll tell you about the door handles. The door handles from the outside is like the big long handle, and you push the button on top to release the latch inside.
Yeah.
It's not a new
Yeah.
handle, right? It's an old style. So all the doors had that. And so when I went to bed, I made sure the lock was on all the doors so they didn't swing open. And I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, click! I heard the latch come up off the door next to my head, and the door kind of creaked open a little bit. And again, I thought somebody's got to come through to use the bathroom. And I opened my eyes, and I'm waiting, and nobody comes through, but you could hear the footsteps go through. And so I'm like, hey, and no reply. So I get up and shut the door and went back to bed. But I mean,
Oh,
it's crazy.
How do you sleep?
Yeah.
How do you get your? I mean, like, how do you? I would be a little spooked, I think. How do you calm yourself? Like, does that make sleeping
It,
impossible for
it,
you, or?
it doesn't bother me. I can sleep anywhere, anytime. Yeah. Deb doesn't sleep well at places like this.
Yeah.
But I think she actually said she didn't hear the door open. She slept pretty well that night.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff, I don't care. I mean, and I don't mean this to be cocky. Nothing scares me. I want something to scare me, right? I
Right.
when I'm tired and it's time to lay down, because usually if we go on a Friday night, I was up at 3:30 to go to work that day. Drove how many hours to get there? We've been up, another 8 or 9 hours to investigate. When it's time to go to bed, I am done, right? So I don't usually have a problem sleeping. And here's a good one. We went to the the Jean Bonnet, the Jean Bonnet, whatever you want to call it. Um,
Jean Bonnet.
Jean Bonnet.
everybody calls it something different, so I'm just like, call it what you will. Um, but we were there for a night, and we had dinner or whatever, and I had set the room up earlier with Tommy, the little doll Tommy. He went with us, and I put a REM pod out, and I put a recorder out, and I put a camera out, and the camera and that stuff ran all day. And I never watched the video of it. I still got it. But that night it was time to go to sleep, and I lay down, and again I was beat. I went to sleep. Deb laid down, and she's a little bit of a tosser and turner, so she doesn't get comfortable right away. All of a sudden, she said she felt somebody like kicking from underneath the bed.
Ooh.
And she's like, "Can you stop?" And they continued to do it. They did it for like 10 or 15 minutes. So she gets up and she's like, "Please stop. I want to sleep." Well, then she put her head at the other end of the bed. And as she's laying there getting ready to doze off, she said it was like somebody was pressing around the pillow around her head, pushing down around her pillow. And she's like, "I'm done." And we were on the second floor. And right outside of our room, they have a balcony, like a veranda that's out there. She went out and sat on the veranda all night, right? Drinking coffee, staying awake. She's just out there, yeah. And so I guess about 5 a.m., she came back in and sat in one of the wingback chairs over there and just started to doze off. And the REM pod goes off. I mean, it's just screaming like somebody just grabbed it and is sitting there holding it. I sat straight up in the bed, and I'm like, holy shit. And I look over at her. She's in the chair asleep, and I'm like, Dad. She's like, what? I'm like, the REM pod? She's like, I hear it, I don't care. And I'm like, what is wrong?
Having met her now, I I can
Yes,
see
I
her
can see
face.
that.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? So then she
Yeah.
tells me the whole story. I'm like, why didn't you wake me up? Because you were sleeping. And I'm like, wake me up? Really? Just wake me up.
Yeah.
But that's who she is, right? So she has a hard time sleeping at these places. I don't. I will sleep anywhere.
Yeah, I
We was
probably could do. I sleep.
Yeah, usually I'm the first one. Like when we stayed at this chalet in Westchester for Julie's birthday, and I was the first one. Was like, I'm tapping out. And I slept before everything started. I was like,
Yeah, he
I'm
missed
done.
the seance we did and stuff like that. I don't remember if we got much activity. I know Christine saw a blonde woman walking down the road. Maybe Julie saw something too. Christine, if you remember.
Right.
I don't remember much of that. But yeah, yes, we did.
it's.
Yep. We've got
I
a
don't.
future trip.
So you just cut
Not
out
to
again.
there, but well, that's good. I stopped talking. We got a couple future trips, hopefully in the works right now that we're planning on going on to get more overnight stuff.
Yeah.
At places that have full working bathrooms.
Yes, full working bathrooms because
there was no electricity and there
we
was
stayed
no
at
working bathrooms.
this church. It was an abandoned. It was an old church, I think it was,
Yeah.
and there was no toilet, no running water. You had to bring everything. Like
It was cool.
candlelight. It was really cool, very pretty, very peaceful. But you got to get creative.
Yeah.
So
You
Yeah.
got to use the outhouse, and there was no outhouse. It was just woods.
it was just nature. Anyway,
Well, for us men, the world is our toilet. We are good to go.
you are lucky. Yes,
This is true.
yes. Not so much for the lead. But anyway,
I mean, it's a little more effort for you, but you could do it.
I mean, yeah, you could. We had this whole little cupboard. We had a bucket with a
Mhm.
sink and toilet paper and the whole nine, and a little like tent, a potty tent, so we could go and do that. So, the needs were met. But anyway,
You got
to ghost
if you
hunting.
love this, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, that's just
True. Yep. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Definitely.
sometimes it's not perfect.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
But
I-
it makes for good. But it makes for good stories.
It
That's for
does.
sure. It was an adventure.
Yes. Yeah, no kidding. It was
So-
definitely an adventure. I thought it was going to be kitchen.
No, right? Yeah.
We did do this investigation one time at Adler's Brewery, and I know the girls have talked about it before.
Oh yes.
And they talked about when I was in the bath and we were doing SB, and I sat there with the blindfold on, and I had the headphones on, and I'm listening to all the radio, frequencies going through it. I'm listening to it. All of a sudden, I see these hands coming over my shoulder.
Felt them or you saw
I
them?
saw them
Oh
out
wow.
the corners of my eyes, and I jumped out of that room so fast. I was like, "Yep, not staying here." Nope.
I've never.
That was the one that called Christina bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
Mark, that's the place that you want to be. That's not the place you want to leave. That's the place where you want to be.
that's not a place I want to be by myself in the dark with a closed door and no way out. I was good. I was like, yep, hard pass. I'm all about the open area with egress.
So we're talking about doing some different things with investigations, and one of the things we want to do is hide and seek. Right? Teammates go hide. One person's got to go find them. You got to walk around this big, scary place to find your people. Right? I think it could be fun. Another thing we want to do is, you ever watch Project Fear?
No.
No.
It's a YouTube show. So there's 4 or 5 of them that go, and they put all the different locations within the building they're going on a piece of paper in a bag, and they choose their doom, right? Well, we want to do that, but then we also want to do maybe another bag with numbers, and that number is how many pieces of equipment you can take with you. So, for instance, if you draw a 1, your flashlight's going to count as 1.
Right.
So, do you want a flashlight or do you want a camera? What do you know? So
Right.
you got to pick what you want. If you get 3, then maybe you take your flashlight, a camera, and a tripwire, or a REM pod, or whatever. So we're going to try to limit it to different things, and
Now,
that's for a solo.
What if your camera has a flashlight built on?
Well, then that would be cheating, wouldn't it?
Gray area. That's a gray area.
And also, if you don't take a flashlight with you, somebody with a flashlight will take you there, get you set up, and leave. And then when you're done, they'll come back and get you for safety's sake.
Yeah,
For
put me down
safety's
with the guy at the flashlight.
Yeah.
And so that's for your 45 minutes or an hour as a solo. I would give somebody a flashlight, but I would go up there with the battery and put the battery somewhere in that room, and they've got to find the battery if they want to use their flashlight.
Wow, that's
I mean,
that's like taking the glasses. Like, read this.
Yes, yes. You can't. Your glasses now count as equipment. It's just something that something you can do to liven it up or change it up a little bit. We're gonna try some of this stuff maybe at West Virginia and Pottstown, I think, because we're going with Danny and Jim from Steel City, and so we've been talking about this stuff a little bit, and I just want to make it a little more fun. Me, I don't care. Give me a flashlight and a recorder, and I'll go anywhere, and I'll see you in an hour or two. But
Yeah.
I think for people that aren't really comfortable with that, I think it would it's going to help them grow a little bit. It could also terrify them, but I think that a little bit of that will help you grow. And also if you don't have a flashlight, we'll probably give you a walkie-talkie in case something goes bad, because we don't want anything to happen to anybody.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In case there's bad.
That's good. And bats.
I mean, I think that send them with a camera that's doing a live so that we can view it, right? So we can watch
the
them.
homicide happen as it occurs.
Yes. Oh, look, they're getting attacked. Maybe we should head up there. But wait, it's not done
John,
yet.
looks like it hurt.
You think something's happening
I think John's hurt. Oh, John's down.
Clean
John's
up an
down.
aisle side.
You see the camera drop. You see the footsteps running behind it. Like,
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I hope he comes back. I can't hear you. I can see you. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh, boy. Now we lost him. Welcome to technology. There he comes.
there I am. I don't know what
Welcome
happened.
back.
I wasn't even touching my computer.
That was really
Well,
bizarre.
I will tell you that these folks back here sometimes mess with the software. So it may have not been anything you did or you're even on your side, because these guys, they've kicked me out before. So yeah, they just
Yeah,
like
that's
to
weird
be-
because the sound all goes through my computer. So Alicia's microphone goes through my computer. Everything goes through my computer. So if I go offline, it gets us both off.
And I kept talking because I thought you could hear me.
Yeah, that's wild.
Now, so when you're going to West Virginia, like, is that the one that you're going with Christine and Kristen to?
I think they're going to, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the first weekend of August.
Yes.
Is that correct?
The 8th. The 8th, yep.
Oh,
It's the 8th.
okay, the 8th. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the August calendar looks like. Okay. Well, what's there? It's a state penitentiary, is that correct?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that your
We've never.
done many penitentiaries, or
What's that?
have you done many state penitentiaries, or is this the first one, or?
We've done OSR twice. I think
Okay.
that's the only big one. I think that's the only big one that we've done.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
This we have driven to this one 4 times, and every time we've gone, it's been close.
Aw.
So
I know that we look up old churches in like Aruba.
Mark just wants to go somewhere tropical. That's all.
Yes. Where there's
yes,
Yes.
Oh, and they're going
and Polk Township,
Where is Poatstown? I've never. I thought he was saying
Middletown.
Augustown. I was like,
It's Middletown, Ohio. It's
Where-
almost to Cincinnati,
Oh,
Kentucky.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's like 3.5 hours from the penitentiary, but from my house,
Okay.
it's like 5.5 hours.
Right.
Maybe it's only 5 hours. So for them, it's going to be a haul for them.
Yeah.
It's probably
it
an
will be.
8-hour ride home.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That is.
that's
Wow.
yeah, but
Now,
it's
you're close to
it's
Pittsburgh,
so-
right?
yeah. We're like five miles from town, so yeah.
And my brother
this
lives
place
out in
is-
Monroe. I don't know how close.
Oh.
That.
We're 5 minutes from Monroeville too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I have an idea of
Yeah.
where you are. Okay.
Yeah. Poatstown is absolutely an incredible place. We were there last year. We did not know they have like an Airbnb in there, right? You can rent this, and it's got beds set up, and it's got a shower and all this stuff. We didn't know it was there, but it was extra to rent. We all slept in like the main control room, and one of the girls saw a hand crawling out from underneath the table, reaching for her in the middle of the night. We heard them walking around us all night long in there. I mean, you heard them in the hallway talking. I mean, this place is off the hook. I mean, there's a doll room up there. This doll room has to be 200 feet by 75 feet. And it is just packed full of the creepiest freaking dolls. I went in there last year, and as I walked in, actually, there's a little room that connects to it on the other side of it. We was in that little room. Somebody was telling us something. And I could just hear in my head somebody calling for help. And I'm like, this is really, because this is, again, when I didn't realize I had any type of abilities at all. And I'm hearing this, and I'm like, am I losing my mind? So I just kind of walked away from everybody, and I go in this room, and I'm just walking around looking at all these dolls. Then I see this adorable little curly-haired, chunky doll, like a little girl, right? And she's all leaned over. And I'm like, I feel like you're the one calling for help, right? So I went to pick her up, and the doll next to her, the doll's hands were like this. And the curly-haired girl, her hair was all wrapped around the hand of this. So I untangled her and sat her back up and thought, okay, cool. And I, went on about my business. And a little while later, I hear help again. I turn around and that doll is leaned over, and I'll be damned if her hair is not tangled in the hand of that other doll. And I'm like, holy shit, what's going on?
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
I untangled her again, and I scolded the other doll. I'm like, you stop pulling her hair. And I actually shifted her over one doll. So there's like no way, right, that it was going to, and it didn't. It didn't happen again. But I'm so intrigued to go back there to find this doll because that was crazy. Also,
I didn't understand what you said with the monster voice.
I said I'm not going to stop untangling the hair.
but yeah, I highly recommend Poachtown if you ever get the chance. And it's an elementary school,
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
but it is definitely the basement, the cafeteria downstairs is
Yeah.
creepy as shit. Just there's a gymnasium upstairs,
Mhm.
all these different rooms you can go into. People go in and can hear teachers talking and students replying, and it's just
Really? Wow.
it's a crazy experience, and I highly recommend it.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I mean, Penhurst was our biggest one we've done yet, like the most prevalent one. And I mean, I am thrilled that I got the video we saw earlier with the go away.
Hmm.
I I got so much from that experience, and I'm very excited to do another big venue. It's time off of work. I mean, it does take time to plan these things,
Yeah,
and
yeah, for
get that
sure.
out there. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing something,
another big one.
another big one soon.
Yeah.
And going somewhere further.
There's my buddies from RC Paranormal stopping in.
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
What's going on, guys? Yeah. So we have those two, and then we go into Billy Creek and ISS. We're going with Ryan from Trap Souls. RC Paranormal's going on that one. And I think that might be all that's going. There's like 10 of us that are going to that. And five of us are from our group. And we rented a haunted jail as a B&B, and we're the five from my team, we're going to sleep in this haunted jail. We all get our own jail cell.
Nice.
Okay. I feel like
Yeah.
that might draw the line.
As long as there's no bats, I'm good.
Could not get over the bat.
Yeah.
Cool place to visit, Alcatraz.
That would be cool.
I went there on a tour at night once, and it was, but without any of this knowledge or whatever.
Right.
But
Yeah.
That was before ghost hunting, though.
that was before ghost hunting. Yeah, it was 2015, I think, that I went there.
That would be a cool place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I wonder what the spirits have to say there.
Oh, I bet there's a lot to be said there.
There is.
Maybe we'll run into Sean Connery.
Is that what The Rock is about? The movie The Rock?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called Alcatraz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we went to talk about how you hear things. The first time we went to Ohio State Reformatory, Deb and I did a public. I don't like doing publics because everybody and their brother goes, and most of them just want to go to learn about it, but others just want to go and screw around. But this place is huge, and there was only like maybe 60 people. And so we're sitting at the entrance, and they bring you in, they give you this big long talk and this and that, and don't do this and do that and whatever. And then they said, if you guys would like to take a tour, come to this side of the room. If you don't want to take the tour, go to this side of the room. Well, I'm watching, and like everybody's heading to that side of the room, and I'm like, nope, no tour. I just want to go and I want to find stuff. So there was like 10 or 12 of us on this side that didn't take the tour. So off they went. Tour's like an hour. I'd rather spend the time going, doing our things. So we're walking around investigating, and very few people we bumped into, but we bumped into a couple, and they're like, hey, because we've got our official Verona Ghost shirts on and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, can we investigate with you guys? Yeah, come on. We're not going to tell somebody no. So we picked up this group, and I always say it's a group of kids. They're not kids. They're all over 21. They're adults, but they're young. So they're hanging out with us for a little while. And the one girl, she's Amish and very, very polite, wonderful young lady. And she says, I've always wanted to do an Estes do you think I could try it? And I'm like, absolutely, we'll help you, And little Tommy up here, that's the day I got him. So he went to OSR the day I got him. And he was in my shirt pocket. And she's like, can I hold Tommy while I do it? And I thought, I love this girl. She's all in.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
So we went up into the attic and went all the way to the end of the attic, which is a long walk,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8 minute walk. And so we go all the way to the end. We set her up for the Estes. And, we usually give our team guidelines. If you hear the words devil, demon, Satan, stuff like that, evil, don't even respond with it. Don't give it any power. Just move on. It's not going to be a demon. It's somebody that wants you to think that. So don't even recognize it. Just move on. I did not tell her this, but I did tell
Right.
her it'll take you a little while to get into this. So just sit and listen and don't get frustrated. And if you go too long, I'll take you out. She's like, okay. So she did. She probably sat there for 10 minutes, just holding Tommy, not coming up with anything. And I was thinking, man, maybe she's not. And some people just don't ever, get it. Well, then all of a sudden she started saying a few words here and there, and cool. Then she started with the cuss words, dropping F bombs. And little Amish girl, she's dropping F bombs and C words, and she's saying everything in the book, right? And then all of a sudden she says, I'm not going to say that word. And I was like, you just covered damn near everything. What aren't you saying?
Yeah.
And so she goes on and 5 or 6 times she says, I'm not going to say that word. And I was like, holy crap, what is this? My mind is just blown. I'm like, what? So when she gets done, and it was a really good Estes, by the way. When she's done, she comes out of it. And I said to her, I have to ask. You said every word, but there was a word you kept saying, I won't say that. And she looked at me, she says, it was the N word.
Ooh.
And I'm like, holy shit. Number one, thank you for not saying it. But
Right.
my mind was blown because I had never heard that. But you're in a prison, and I guarantee you that word was very prevalent in that prison.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so since then, I've heard it in different places from time to time. Not often, but I think I heard it in Gettysburg too.
Oh wow. Well, I mean the time.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was just blown away because I never expected that. And not that I ever have any expectations of what we're going to hear or see, but that was just like something I didn't think I would ever. But it was just insane because you never know what you're going to hear or see.
No.
Right. Right.
No. And that's
Craziness.
you have to go into it open-minded
Absolutely.
like that in order to get any kind of real experience, I would imagine.
Yep.
I've never had luck
Yep.
with the Estes methods. I don't know if it's maybe because I'm wanting it too much or trying, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, I hope I get something. And I sit there and I'm like, this is, and maybe that's why I'm so not receptive.
It's like the
to stuff.
Matrix, you got to free your mind.
I don't know how to do that.
So
And
I have an exercise for you.
Okay.
First of all, I tell you, never ever investigate in your home, okay?
Right.
But
Mhm.
take your headphones. If you don't want to wear the blindfold, don't wear the blindfold. But turn it on and just meditate and just listen. You can think about, and I do this before I go on an investigation. I sit there and I think about where we're going, and I just meditate on it, and I just listen. And the words I hear, I write down.
Right.
But if you're just listening and you're in your house, so there's no expectation of any answers, but you will hear answers, and it's just a good. Don't ask questions. Just listen and take in the answers, and do it 10 or 15 minutes at a time, once a week, and it will help you pick up sounds and understand things a little bit better, because there's definitely going to be stuff there. You just have to learn to process it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Yeah, I
mean,
don't want to. Go ahead.
I remember the first time I did it. I was at St. Pete's Village, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"This is like free your mind, open it up. I don't know what's gonna hurt." I did it, and having full blown conversation.
With
Yeah.
the motorcycle game.
No, with no,
That was
wasn't
another spot.
That was at Welsh.
Oh, well. Okay.
That was crazy. That was my first investigation ever. And Kristen, and because Alicia couldn't go,
I
she
was
was
not safe.
she was in Florida, and I said to Kristen and Christine, I said, I'll go, I'll check it out and try it, and that's the first time I had dowsing rods in my hand, and we were on top of the mountain, and we were talking to this gang that lived there. I forget the name of it. Christine probably. But it's this little gang that used to rob and pillage and do different things. And basically, Kristen would ask the question, but my dowsing rod would cross to the end. It wouldn't cross her; it just crossed mine. And I was like, I don't understand. It's so crazy to me because they only wanted to talk to a male; they didn't want to talk to a female. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty crazy. That was my first. That's what hooked me. I was like, I'm in. Let's go. And then we went to St. Pete's Village after that, and I did the Estes method for the first time. And that's when I started having a conversation with her and Christine. They were talking to me, and I couldn't hear them. Oh, the Buzzard Gang. That's what it was. Thank you. I knew it. The Buzzard Gang. They were prevalent in Chester County back then. But that's what hooked me to this. And then I told Alicia, I was like, I'm going with you from now on. This is cool.
Yeah.
As long as
As long as there's no bats. Okay.
Got to hypnotize him to get him to not be afraid of bats,
Well,
Right.
or not
I've never
not
encountered
be
bats,
aware
so
of
I
bats.
right. I've never encountered
Well,
bats. So I
It's
don't know.
very unsettling to see a bat flying around because they're just like they're everywhere. They're scatterbrained and they're just flying in every direction, and you don't know what they're going to do. So I mean, it's very unpredictable. And yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of them, but I don't like hanging out with them.
Right? No,
Yeah,
don't
I'm
sound like a good
definitely
time.
not Bruce Wayne.
no, not for you. Are you've been hiding the money long enough.
Right?
So one thing I always ask my guests is, do you believe cemeteries are haunted, and why or why not?
Oh, well, I want to say yes. I do. And the reason why is because a lot of loved ones will continue to go back to the same place. I'm a couch potato. I'll definitely stay on my plot. Be like, yeah, come to me, bring me flowers, I'll be good. And you can talk to me all day right there. I don't care if I can float or not. I am way too lazy for that. And I see how much effort they put into lighting up a cat ball. You want me to move somewhere? That's funny. So that's my feeling on it. How about you?
I do think they are haunted. That was funny though. I do think they're haunted. Why or why not? I feel like maybe some of them have unfinished business, or maybe they just weren't ready to leave, even if they, or maybe they want to protect their loved ones. But I do think that they're.
So my first question to you, Mark, is very few people have passed away in a cemetery, right? It's just the body. The spirit has left. It's just the body. So there shouldn't really be any connection there. The body's only a vessel, right? If you wreck your car and they take it to the junkyard, you never think about that car again. You think about a new car. So my question is, why would somebody go back looking for this vessel that is meaningless and useless? Although you made valid points, right? And so here is there's no scientific proof behind this. This is what goes on in my being, right? When people go to a cemetery, you talk to your loved ones, right? I'm sorry you're gone. I miss you. I love you. Remember when we just you're typically speaking out loud to them, right? I mean, it's human nature.
Right.
So how often if you're not investigating the paranormal, do you walk around and talk to spirits? Very few people do that. If you're a psychic and you can pick up on these people being around you, yes, they'll talk to them. But in normal life, nobody talks to spirits, and they're all around us. So if people always go to the cemetery and they always talk to spirits, any spirits that are with ear distance are going to come, and they're going to gather there because, hey, people come here and I want to communicate. I've got something I want to tell. So my reasoning is because people go there and speak to spirits, right? If I walk out in the middle of my street every day for the next year and I speak to spirits, at some point there's going to be spirits showing up there, and there's not going to be one or two. There's going to be a bunch of them because they're
Right.
around and nobody's talking to them. So I don't believe that they're at the cemeteries because that's where their body is. I think that they were in the vicinity and people go there and talk and they feel the energy and they come to the energy.
So,
Also, these haunted locations we go to.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So a lot of them, if you follow the more investigations there are over time, the more the energy builds, right? And we're getting more energy and more energy. And this place is more active than it's ever been because we go there and we're talking. There's more people doing paranormal now than there has ever been.
Right.
And so there's more energy, there's more spirits coming there because there's people there talking to us.
Right. Right. Now, by your logic, if I use that, I should be visiting all high crime areas of the cities. Because if you go to Northeast Philly, I guarantee you there's a mob of dead people that have died there in the last 2 years that are willing to talk.
Now, on the other hand, if you're going to Northeast Philly where all the dead people were killed, you might join them. So be careful where you go.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, that is my belief. And again, no scientific theory behind it.
No, but
It
it's
just makes
excellent.
sense.
It does make a lot
Yeah.
of sense, actually.
It makes a lot
I
of
never
sense.
really thought about it that way. I was just like, because when you're burying the body, the bones, the skin, you're not, the person's spirit theoretically has already left.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so before they
body.
get cremated. That'd be weird.
Right. And if they were cremated, there should be nothing there, right? There's no reason.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. No,
But
that's
now
excellent.
I can tell you this: we did a private home investigation. Somebody reached out to us, asked us to come. That they had a spirit in their house. It wasn't harmful to them, and it didn't really interact with them. But they got a whiff of some type of old perfume often in their house. The lady didn't wear perfume, the guy didn't wear cologne, and the guy didn't have a girlfriend that wore perfume. So where was it coming from? So we went and we did this investigation. Myself, my sister, and Deborah. We went and we hung out with these people for 3 or 4 hours at night. And we asked a ton of questions, and these people gave us every answer that they could possibly give us. We did an Estes method. We had the SLS camera out. We did everything we could. And at the end of it, we figured out that their neighbor lady was an elderly lady and she loved their dog and she passed away during COVID. And we figured it was her coming to visit the dog. Okay. So cool. We know who it is now. She gave us enough information to tell us that. And I said to them, because they had a little dog running around, like, is this the dog? And she's like, oh no, that dog passed away. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, where's the dog? And she says, right there on that stand. She's still coming to see the dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the dog was
Right.
the dog was intoxicated, but and that's where they smelled the perfume. And so I'm like, she's just coming back to see the dog. So to me, a spirit still recognizes that cremated body as being that dog. So
Right.
I don't have all the answers. So, that may just blow my theory out of the water. But we figured it out that she was coming back to see that dog. We put a REM pod by that dog's remains, and it just went ballistic.
Oh wow!
And so
Really?
we figured it out. We got done. We're very polite to her, told her that it's time for her to move on. We cleansed the house, and that'll be 3 years on Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving this year, it'll be 3 years ago, and no more issues. But
Oh,
she was literally coming back to see the dog. And so it really does kind of put a damper on my reasoning behind it. But I think that she was familiar with the dog being in that house, so that could have more to do with it than actually, because that was like
Right.
right by the front door, and that's front door is your entrance, and just makes sense for her to be there. But it was very interesting, and we learned a lot from that. But yeah, I think that if, just like I tell you, don't investigate in your house. Why? Because you're going to bring something in your house that you may or may not want in your house,
no, thank
right?
you.
Same thing. If you talk to spirits, they're going to come into your house.
Right.
You
You
Right.
don't
have to
want
set
them.
boundaries. You have to set firm boundaries.
In fact, every time we leave an investigation or anywhere that we're at, we always say, "Thanks, spirits, for talking to us. Now stay here. Don't follow us home."
Yep.
Something
We
to
don't
that
want to
effect,
bring him
yeah.
back here because
Yep.
Kristen actually had an incident where one had followed her home. In fact, I think both of you, Julie, Kristen.
Julie definitely had one, and I don't know if Christine. Christine's good with her boundaries, so I don't know if she had somebody, but I know Christine had
Yeah.
shared that she's had experience.
Right, because she said she had one of those Nest thermostats in her house, and it only lights up when it's touched. And it kept going
Yes.
on and on all night. And she goes, "Okay, thanks. Can you go away now? We don't want you here. Go back to where you came from."
Yeah, and Julie had Jacob from the winery, one of the big main spirits from the winery that we investigate frequently follow her home.
Wow.
She had like full-on discussion
Oh yeah,
with him.
and she could see him.
She could see him, which I don't understand how that works. Like that idea breaks my brain. I don't get it. But she's like, yes, she could see him and have a long conversation with him.
That spirit has a lot of energy,
He does.
yeah.
He does.
for,
Well,
for
that
sure.
place-
For
that
sure.
winery. That winery's got a lot going,
Yeah.
especially after dark. That winery. Go back.
I had a follower for 18 months. And a follower is not an attachment. That was wild. What was that?
You saw it too, right?
Something blocked out the light behind you.
Something that's right across behind me.
No kidding.
Okay. Had I not
Go
seen
back-
things,
when you-
I thought I was going.
Go
We're gonna have
back
to watch
and
this again.
Now, is there a window? Because there's like a bright light.
There is a window.
So
But
maybe
somebody-
something went past your window.
Maybe something did, but like,
Well, my window is about 4 feet off the ground from the sidewalk.
Oh,
yeah, it's not close.
Yeah, you can't cover that whole thing up, and she's got a movie screen behind her.
Yes.
That's what.
well, that
you
was
can't-
about an hour and 28 minutes into this. So when you're done, go back and look at it for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stay here.
Oh, so I had a.
You got a ghost. You got a ghost.
There was a guy from the winery, like, yeah, well, here I am.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Jacob.
You just manifested me here. But I had a follower, and it's not necessarily an attachment, because an attachment can directly affect you. A
Right.
follower is somebody that just decides, hey, I'm going everywhere you go. And I had no idea, right? And I know that I picked it up at the Bel Air house because I know I could go back and tell you exactly when it happened. Um, I was in a room with three ladies, and we were investigating, and I heard a sound in the hallway, and I went out in the hallway, and I'm kind of standing at the top of the steps facing down the hallway, and I'm like, hey, can you do that again? And whatever. And all of a sudden, something really cold touched like the back of my shoulder and neck, and then it went right through me. And as it went through me, it took my breath away, and I kind of like spun. And when I spun, I went because it took my breath away. And they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't know, I'm good." And so when I went in back into that room, Deb's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Well, she took her two hands and put them on my arms. Right, my left arm was ice cold. My right arm was sweating. Like my body had two separate temperatures. And I'm like
Wow.
thinking to myself, well, I'm up here with three women. You gotta keep calm because if you freak out, they're gonna freak out. So I waited a few minutes. I'm like, can we take a break? I need a break. And they're like, yeah, okay. I went outside and I'm like, holy fuck, what just happened? My mind's racing trying to figure this out. And this was like my first investigation with this team. Like, this is my first time out with these guys, and I'm like, I don't know what just happened. And like, they are not helpful at all. And so, okay, so time goes on, and I don't really think about it anymore. And we were somewhere, I can't even tell you where it was. And I'm talking to this lady, and we're just standing there talking. She kind of looks around me, and she's like, who's that? I'm like, who's what? She's like, the person behind you. Who is that? There ain't nobody behind me. She's like, no, honey, there's somebody right behind you. And I'm like, okay, this chick's a whack job. And so I'm like, I'm ready to beat feet away from her. And she's like, well, can we try something? I'm like, okay. And she pulls out a pendant, and I'd never seen this either, right? She's holding this pendant, and she's asking questions, and, the pendant's moving this way or that way or whatever. And so then she's giving me all these answers. And she's like, well, he won't tell me who he is, but he tells me that he knew you in another life. First of all, I don't even know if I believe that in reincarnation that we were here before as somebody else or whatever. But whatever, just keep going, whack job. Just keep telling me what you're telling me. So he knew me in another life. He could hurt me, but he will not hurt me. And the other big thing was I'm to take him somewhere. He wants to go somewhere. And I'm like, cool, where's he want to go? I'll see what I can do to make it happen. That's not how this works. I've got to figure out where he wants to go to get him there. Otherwise, he's not leaving. What? Okay. And I was just like, whatever, again, just thinking this chick's off her rocker. And so starting that night, and this was like 2 or 3 months after the whole walking through me thing, we do an Estes, and the Estes is really going good, having communication. And right in the middle of it, I get, hey, boy, I'm going to kill you. And first it was this laugh. It's ha, 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 ha. Hey, boy, I'm going to kill you. And then everything goes really dark. This happens like for the next 7 or 8, 9 months. So I'm like, I cannot do Estes anymore because this guy is just taking over. And he just torments me through the entire thing. So I stopped doing it. And the night that we went to the Iowa State Reformatory, we had the craziest thing one of the craziest things that ever happened to us happened that night. But when we were leaving, we're headed to the car, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. We're walking to the car. I just had this huge sense of relief. Like the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. And I didn't know that I felt like that until it was gone. And I looked at Deb and I'm like, it's gone. And you guys know Deb a little bit. And she's like, The car's gone. What happened to the car? Oh my God, where's the car? And I'm like, the car's right there. The follower's gone. And she's like, oh, thank God. Wait, what? The follower? And I'm like, yeah. And so then she asked a million questions. She's asking me a million questions. What's going on? How do you know? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I feel it. It's gone.
Yeah.
And so like everything's good. Well, then the start of this year, I went to the Bel Air house twice in 2 weeks. Hadn't been there since I picked this thing up. So of course that's on my mind. And I came out unscathed. But then we were going right back to OSR after that. And I'm like, this is just too much coincidence because I didn't plan any of this, right? It's just other people planned this and asked me to go, so we're going. And I'm like, boy, these events are just reoccurring. What if when I go to the Bel Air house, somebody else wants to go or wants to go somewhere else? And so knock on wood, nothing like that's ever happened. But this thing like kind of tortured me for like 18 months. And there was this lady said to me, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't do sage, you can't do whatever, holy water, you can't do any of that. It's not going to go away until you take it where you want to go. And I personally am very careful with leaving places and saying, you can't go with us. You got to stay here. We do sage. I'm an ordained minister. We do our prayers. I mean, I'm pretty doggone safe with it. So if they really want to go with you, they're going to go.
Right.
But have
Uh-oh. What happened?
Maybe it's smaller.
Maybe somebody didn't like it.
Dang.
Well, it says live.
It does say live.
And I think let me probably
So-
it is just the two of us right now.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing all right.
I hope.
Let's skip the follower part.
Oh, he's back. Okay,
Oh,
he's
and
coming
we're,
in.
and we're back.
I see him.
got a cat ball going off.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I see it.
Nice. Did they kick you off the computer too?
They must have kicked me off. But yeah, I mean, it's just. I thought I saw another one. It's just that if they want to go with you, they'll go with you.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can do everything in your power and be like,
Right.
screw it, we're going with you.
Yep.
Right.
I don't know.
You have control sometimes.
Yeah. How about bucket list places? Where if you can go anywhere in the world, where would you go to do an investigation, or 2 or 3 places?
Wow, that's tough.
Oh, I definitely go to. I would go to France in a second. Notre Dame and do all that stuff. Yeah, I would love to investigate those castles in Ireland.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. See some of those stuff. Or even in Great Britain or England.
Your mic is cutting out like crazy.
Oh, is it? Is that better?
Yep.
So yeah, like the UK, Scotland, Ireland, old castles, stuff like that.
I think my place would probably be a little bit harder actually because I just mentioned this the other day to somebody. It would be like, how cool would it be to investigate the Titanic? Like I've always had like a love. I mean, love sounds so morbid, but like this affection for the Titanic, the story, and everything like that. I love the movie, and and the story it's just so sad. I mean, like if there was a way to investigate the shipwreck, I don't know if that's even possible. But that would be something that would be cool if you could figure out how to do that. But I think I don't really have since I'm still so new to this. I don't know there's a lot of stuff I have to learn, but I do love history and I love learning about it. So like, I wouldn't mind going to like Philadelphia and just seeing what's around there. I do like Philly. or any of the older cities that were part of maybe the 13 colonies and stuff like that
Valley
that created
Forge.
the country. Yeah, Valley Forge, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's what.
So you were talking about the Titanic. Deborah
Yeah.
has an autographed picture from one of the survivors from the Titanic, and I think it was done at like her 100th birthday or something like that.
Wow.
But she
Yeah.
has a certified, authentic picture with this lady and the group on the Titanic, and it's really freaking cool. It's really
Wow.
freaking cool.
Was her name Rose, and did she have the heart of the ocean?
Oh my
That's all I
gosh.
ask.
I don't think her name was Rose.
Oh my god, you're a dork. Now, can you do you get any energy or anything from that? Like when you look at that, does that
I've never even done anything like that with it. That's a good question. Maybe we ought to do something. We were just talking about it a few days ago, and she's like, maybe I'll try to sell that. I know it's worth some money. Maybe I'll try to sell that. And I'm like, that's really cool, and I'm sure you could find a collector that would pay you a bunch of money for it. But do you really want to just let it go? And she's like, what am I going to do with it at this point in my life? Why
Right.
can't somebody
Yeah.
that wants to enjoy it, And I'm like, okay. She was actually the baby that was saved on the Titanic, and she died about 17 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Deb, can you bring that down? Do you know where it's at? I think it's in a cabinet in the living room there. But can you bring that down if it's not too much of a hassle? But yeah, it's really freaking cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That is. I wouldn't mind. I'd love to go to the museum. It's like a travel.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
But anyway,
So how's your diving skills? Are you a good diver?
absolutely not. I am terrible. I've tried snorkeling, and it makes me feel like I'm suffocating. Now, granted, it's been a long time, and I've never tried it with the whole scuba thing, but I don't like feeling like I get claustrophobic. The idea of that sounds claustrophobic to me. Marc was a diver.
I'm an advanced diver. Actually.
Yeah, so I mean, he could go and do it for me.
I can only go 160 feet. I think it's a little deeper.
It is a little deeper than that.
I think that's probably too deep for a diver to go to it. You would probably need like one of those mini submarines, right? She says, "That's an 11 by 13 picture of the Titanic. This lady signed with a picture of her signed in said picture and a certificate of authenticity. She lived in England and lived in a nursing home, and this is what she did part-time to help pay for living expenses at the nursing home because she was pretty destitute."
That's sad.
Oh, but that's definitely something you hold on to.
I would hold on to that.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That really is. And you said Titanic, and that's what brought all that on because
Right.
I'm fascinated by the story and how the ship went down and all this, and it was a huge tragedy. And the fact that she was a baby and they saved her.
Yeah.
That's just
right.
It is. Yeah, it is absolutely.
Being in the middle of the ocean and you find a baby to save. That's all those people out there. That's needle in a haystack, really. That's right.
For sure.
That's crazy.
Very crazy.
Here it is.
Her name was Melvina Dean.
What is it?
The lady's name was Melvina Dean.
Melvina Dean.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
I'll figure it up. But here's the certificate. That's a picture of her, and that's a picture of the Titanic.
So, let's see.
Down.
Whoops.
Down.
I'm really bad at this.
Yep.
What the hell?
We're just looking at there you go. All right. Down a little. There you go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
There's the Titanic, right?
Okay.
And when you flip it over, there she is holding the picture.
The Titanic is signed by her on the other side.
And she did sign it right there.
And here is.
And then there's the little. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. That's why. But there's her certificate of authenticity, which is really freaking cool.
That is cool.
So this was, let's see.
She died a long time ago.
She was the youngest survivor when the Titanic sank on April 14, 15, 1912. 9 weeks old at the time. She signed this.
Wow.
This signed photograph is number 162 of 500. Comes with a photograph of her holding the Titanic photograph. Titanic certificate of authenticity issued by Todd Mueller Autographs. So yeah, that's really, really freaking cool.
She was the last survivor.
Yeah.
She was the
died.
last remaining survivor. So she was the youngest survivor, and she lived longer than the rest of them, which should make sense, but doesn't.
So what I'm
always.
hearing is that
That's
the heart of the
sadly
ocean.
she passed.
Yes, the heart of the ocean.
Thank you for digging that out and bringing it down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just so freaking cool. So if you know anybody has $1 million, I'd let it go.
Hey, bullshit.
Okay.
She said bullshit.
Nobody's gonna.
You want more than $1 million?
You never know. People pay money for
I would
stupid.
want $1 million nowadays. Is like having $100 when you were a kid.
I know I'd sell it because
I don't know. I think for $1 million. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. We are definitely collectors of stuff.
Yes.
Deb collects like one thing of things, and I collect like many things of things.
Yeah.
That's like you. You collect
I
stuff.
do collect.
You collect stuff. Yeah. I don't. I'm like, this is really neat. Okay, I don't need stuff in my house.
And I'm like, let's
This whole
buy
room,
everything.
this whole room is filled with sports memorabilia, race car stuff, and I got 2 fish tanks in here, and I have 2 fish tanks in the other room, and I mean it's nuts. On the wall, I've got 2 quarter panels off of race cars hanging on my wall.
That's
Nice. I love looking at memorabilia, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Like, we have who is that? Is that a Super Bowl picture?
no. So I one time went into a mall when they still existed, and when they got this picture of the Philadelphia Eagles versus Tampa Bay in Lincoln Financial Field, and Alicia and I are both from Florida, and since we moved here, so it's like both teams rivaling. And it was in 2006, and they were playing, and I remember going to a ShopRite wearing my Buccaneers uniform, and walking through there, and an old lady threw a can of beans at me. And I never wore that jersey again. I went and bought me an Eagles jersey. I was like, yep, I know what territory I'm in now.
Yep. But like, I love looking at sports memorabilia. It's really cool and everything like that, but I don't love anything enough like that to buy it. You know,
That's because she's cheap.
So
I am cheap.
So
but
I
thank you.
I live in Pittsburgh, right? But
Right.
I was not born and raised here. So you probably really can't see this because of the light. But this is a guy named Clay Matthews that played for the Cleveland Browns. And so I'm from Ohio. I'm not a huge football fan, but if I would have to pick a team, I would be a Browns fan because that's what I grew up with. And,
Right.
you know, even if you've got the ugliest dog on the block, you're going to love him more than any other dog. So, I stick with them even though they stink. And I live in Pittsburgh, and I have no problems wearing my Browns jersey or shirts out. I'll do it. I don't care.
It's something about being in the Philadelphia
Yeah, Philly
area.
fans are very aggressive.
They threw batteries at Santa. Come on, man.
Yeah, they're very
Oh, I
aggressive.
know. They're bad.
In fact,
used to
funny
work
story. I was at an Eagles game on a playoff game, and they were going against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and a girl the next row down and her husband wore a Steelers jersey, and we were losing. And I think the entire stands above me and in front of me threw their beer on them while we were at the stadium. It was bad.
That's awful.
It was awful.
So I used to work at Mellon Bank downtown. I was the executive chef, and I did display cooking at lunchtime. People come in, and I'd make them something right on the spot in front of them and send them off with their food. And we fed like 1,200 people a day, and we had a big cafeteria. And Fridays during football season, everybody was allowed to wear their jerseys. But they said Steelers jerseys. Because there were a few of us that were not Steelers fans. And so we just wore our regular uniform, right? And one day, the district manager comes in, and he's a Patriots fan, and he's wearing his Patriots jersey. And he says, "Chef, why aren't you wearing your Steelers jersey?" And I'm like, "Not a Steelers fan." He's like, "And?" I said, "We're only allowed to wear Steelers jerseys. We're not allowed to wear anything else." He said, "Oh no, we're going to change that right now today. You wear, and any of your employees wear whatever jersey they want to wear. If it's going to be football dress down day, it can't just be Steelers stuff." I'm like, "Okay." So I have a custom Browns jersey, number 32, and on the back, so Browns fans, I don't know if you know this, but Browns fans call themselves the Dogs, right?
Oh, I did not know.
DAWGS.
Okay.
And they have the dog pound is one end zone in there that they get all rowdy. They eat dog biscuits. They throw dog biscuits at people, whatever. So
Okay.
everybody that had a nickname was Dog, something Dog. So my
Right.
shirt says Chef Dog on it because I was a chef.
Ah,
So I
okay.
wear this to work one day, and the Browns have just always sucked since I was like 12, right? And I would go to work and I wear this, and the guys would just laugh. They're like, "Yep, we're going to kick your ass like we always do. Haha, loser, whatever." But the women would get pissed off. "You can't wear that in here." And Anna Mae can back me up on this. She says, I have, Anna Mae used to work with me many years.
Okay.
She says, "I have pictures of you wearing your brown stuff." I had a Browns chef hat and a Browns apron. I had it all just to piss people off. But one day this lady came in and would not buy lunch from me because I was wearing a Browns jersey. And she said to me, "What time do you get off work? I'm going to meet you in a parking garage and I'm going to whoop your ass." And I'm like, "What?"
Okay.
Wow.
I'm like, "Well, I get off at 3:00. I'll see you in the parking garage." I left at 2.
Did you do not look at her and go, "I'm a pretty big dude. Like, that's
No,
not
it's
going to
not that
happen. You should
serious.
probably pick your battle."
It
It's like
is
Warren
not
Sapp
that
going against a
serious.
kid in a fucking wheelchair. It's not even be funny.
Well, I wouldn't beat up a woman anyway, but she would probably bring like 30 of them with her. And
Oh, yeah, no.
women, the female Steelers fans are very, very passionate. And I learned that working there that they don't care whose jersey you can have on. If it's not the Steelers, they hate you. And it was just hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got all kinds of grief for it. And I sucked it up. I loved it.
Yeah.
Give me the attention, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right.
So
I think
we're
this is
almost 2 hours into this.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think
we're good.
So this is what happens, and I'll tell you, I usually tell everybody an hour, and it always goes 2 hours. Sometimes it goes 3 hours.
Okay. But we need to get there.
I don't make an agenda. You know, some people have, "Oh, I'm going to ask this question, this question, this question, and then we're done." And to each his own. Do it however you want. But I
Right.
just let the podcast go in the direction that it goes, and I
Yeah.
interject a few questions.
I think
And
that's
like I
good.
said, I just think it's very genuine and it's very fun. I always
Absolutely.
ask about their teams and about themselves and let them tell. And I always ask about the cemetery thing. I just think it's something that's worth talking about. And I always ask their bucket list of places that they want to go because you can always learn maybe a cool place that somebody wants to go that you've never heard of. And
Right.
I always have a pen and paper, and I take notes during every podcast of whatever comes up that, hey, I need to remember this, or this was a great point, or maybe this will be a question for the future. I just use anything that I can think of to use for a future show.
Yeah.
I jot it down. So, in a nutshell, this was exactly how my podcasts go.
Okay.
Minus all the mic cutting
Minus
out.
Right. Yeah.
Oh no, we listen. We have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that when you talk to your guests to get them come on, make sure they have headphones and earphones because when they don't, it just echoes and echoes and echoes, and nobody enjoys it.
No.
Right.
So, but I mean and feel free to reach out to me with whatever questions you have. I am no means an expert on this. I just kind of wing it and do what I do and let the people, you know, tell stories and whatever, just share your experiences and get to know somebody and share it with other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Nacho. This has been great.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed the
I've enjoyed it.
conversation.
And I think I'm going to try switching the microphones where we plug them in directly into the computers, but I got to figure out how to do that because we have to have either Bluetooth headphones in or something that's not wired because there's only one jack for the mic.
So
Yeah.
they make a thing that is a USB plug, and it's a block that you can plug several USBs into.
Okay.
I'm not 100% that works this way, but I think it should.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I think
So if you need, if you need more,
both and plug it into a USB and still have full access without the mixing board. I mean,
yeah.
But then again, I wouldn't have.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Right. It would be.
What did you think of my intro song? Did you like that?
Love
Yes,
that was
love
cool.
it. It's great.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear the outro song.
Okay.
The outro song is different, but it's even. I think it's much better.
Here is.
I've had it pulled up already.
I'm sorry.
You should.
I'm sorry I let you down.
I did. I know. I'm just busting his chops.
It's on the desktop. Here, I'll send you our intro that I want to use for our podcast. There's that. And that is our.
I like it.
Thank you.
Simple, sweet, easy. I gotta make a background like what you have. I think that's really cool. Gotta do that, and I gotta do an outro. I think I don't know if you have one. I haven't obviously seen it yet. We haven't done a podcast.
Yeah.
But,
My outro is almost 2 minutes, so you'll hear it when we're done. But it's a full length song, and it's if you like the first one, I think the second one is way better.
awesome.
I wrote the words to it, and then I put it into AI for different versions of music, and I think I probably did this thing 20 times until I got what I wanted. And I know everybody hates AI. I cannot afford to hire a band to play this music for me, and I think there are things that you can use AI for, especially things like this that can help you.
Yeah, that's another topic for another day, but I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, I'm going to kick everybody out. You guys have a great night.
You
Thank
do
you
know.
so much.
Thanks so much. This was great.
It was awesome.
It was a blast. I enjoyed it.
Thanks,
And you can, like I said, you guys can go back and watch it on YouTube or whatever. And,
absolutely.
Check it out. All right, guys, have a great night.
You too.
Have a good night.
You.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're not alone. Midnight signal. breaking through the noise. Shadows got a voice, you don't got a choice. We're diving past the edge of what you thought was